Take two. Howdy. I'm Infinity Solstice, bright wizard of destiny, at your service. Welcome to the gallery at Go Organic Sports Ranch. Beside me I have a silk screen created by a man-woman, an artist friend of mine. It's called Elephant Bliss. It's one of my favorites. It's a beauty. So this video blog is about a song I wrote called Strange Agelessness. When you live in the Columbia Valley, in the winter, it's a very white place. Now, I'm not talking about the human demographic, but nonetheless it's almost true, but about the environment. There's snow on my hayfields, the front yard is white, the sky is off-white. In fact, at this moment, I can't even see a single mountain because it's snowing. And the trees, which are the only thing that breaks up the white, even they are covered with snow. I live in a pure white environment. But in spite of it all, it's not too bad. -5 Celsius, which just happens to be the temperature inside my freezer. Can you imagine saying that to a Hawaiian islander? Man, I live inside a freezer for 4 or 5 months a year. He'd think you were full-on crazy. Then I remember the beautiful mountains crowned in white. And the reason why I wrote this song I call A Strange Agelessness. And it goes like this. The mountains are so tall, I hear their call. The mountains crowned in white, billowy clouds and snow, with a strange agelessness, a strange timelessness that the mountains possess, that the mountains possess. I remember as a very young man looking out my parents' kitchen window and seeing Hollyburn Mountain away to the north between the two houses across the street. And the view filled me with a vague longing for the wilds and the mountains and my own individuality. Mountains crowned in white. After contemplating all that white, I take a break and pick up the next day with this little story. This morning the sun is poking its way through the forest. The sky is blue, and we're going for a ski out on the river. Who said I live in a pure white world? I take it back. Vitamin A everywhere. Back to the song. The mountains feed the valley, water, earth, and air. Mother to a river wide and fair, endlessly flowing there, endlessly flowing there. I hope these verses create a nice image in the listener's mind. The first verse, mountains and skies. The second verse, mountains and rivers. Here's what the third verse co-joins. The mountain fathers wildlife, squirrel, deer, and bear. Flowers grow in plenty, oh, their beauty rare. Leave them growing there, leave them growing there. It's a simple song, describing the mountains and their spawn and their beauty. A strange agelessness, a strange timelessness the wild flowers possess, the river possess, and the mountains possess, and the mountains possess. It was a beautiful day out there on the river. The sun came in and out, and it was warm. As we got down to the back channel of the Columbia, it was covered in elk tracks, fresh as could be, because last night it had snowed a few inches, so you could tell they had just been by. The elk paw the banks of the back channel and eat the slough grass. Some of the grass is still a bit green from the summer. So we followed their grazing down the river, and at one point the tracks disappeared over the bank onto the slough lands. But we continued down the channel. The conditions were perfect for skiing. A ways further down the back channel, the tracks reappear, and they cross the channel again and head into a gigantic, dry, snow-covered slough, probably 1,000 acres, where in the distance we spied the herd of elk, around 35 of them, pawing and winter grazing. It was a peaceful sight. I've been skiing on the river for 47 years, and you just don't get that close to or even see the elk out there very often. So I'm once again counting my lucky stars. Back to the song. The mountain fathers wildlife, squirrel, deer, and bear. Looks like I forgot to mention the elk in the song. So here we go. Squirrel, deer, bear, and elk. Thanks.